Hey, what's up this evening? This is Chris with billetbox.info, and I'm going to do something a little different here. Back in the days when I used to do smartphone reviews in the early, mid 2000s, late 2000s, I used to do a first look like I do with all these addies I've done so far, and then I'll come back a few weeks later and do an actual final thoughts kind of video. So we're going to call this a final thoughts of the um, VWM dope, and I'm gonna give you a little spoiler if you don't want to wait till the end. It's just as good today as it was 2 weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago when I reviewed it. So anyway, let's jump right into it. The dope is from, like I said, VWM, which is Vaporware Mods, and it's a. Let me just go down and I'll show you. It's a 170 euros, which is a little pricey, but for what you get, it's not bad. Popular, contrary to some belief, not made in China. This is made in Greece by, like I said, Vape Ware Mods, and it's 170 bucks. These are the guys that made some of the best RTAs on the market, the Integra and the Imperia. Well, I've never had either one of them, but that's what I hear. Everybody's always looking for one still today. It's made of 303 stainless steel. Yeah, anyway, I have this in here, and we're going to go ahead and just take it out, rip the build out. See what kind of battery life. I'm good on battery. We're going to rip the build out, clean it up a little bit, put a new build on it, and give it a look. And before we do, I will show you what's in the box. The box is just a simple box, VWM on the, it's kind of hard to tell, that looks like a W, VWM, Vaporware Mods. And in the box, you get a certificate of authenticity, and airflow pins. That's it. That's all you get. But the thing is, this is a whole lot of airflow pins. They go from 0.9 all the way up to 3, which some people say 3 is a little too restrictive. I haven't found that. I prefer 3.5 in most of the addies that I use, but it's not that bad. So, but here's one of the smaller ones. They're not labeled, so you really don't know. You have to go through them. I've got the 3mm installed right now. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 1.2 comes pre-installed. So, that's probably the 2.5 there. But they're really small. They're well made. As you can see, well, there's the 0.9 right there. Guarantee that's the 0.9. But yeah, at the bottom you've got airflow. You've got your airflow going through there, and then this also serves as your positive contact. And once it travels through that little small 0.9 airflow, it comes out of these holes here. So that's your 0.9. I'm not gonna try to guess on every one of them, and you get a couple extra Phillips head screws, which is what they use on the GTA style deck, which is really easy to build on. Let's put these aside. I'm not going to take the time to put them in there because I'm going to try to abbreviate this just a little bit so as not to have a 45-minute final look. So we got our builder, courtesy of one of our viewers. All right, let me take one more vape on this before we put it down. Warning, this is going to be, this cotton is going to be a little bit nasty. This juice that I'm using in there currently is pretty dirty. It's, I think it's this one here, the cream cookie from Fried or Frid or whatever company that is. So, all right, pop that out. No condensation. That's after I'm having a little issue with focus tonight. Let me fix that real quick. There we are. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with that focus issue. So, but anyway, like I said, there's I think that was, I think I rewicked this over the weekend, so probably 2 or 3 days, and no condensation, nothing on this side. Well, a little bit of condensation. There's a little moisture on my finger, but nothing bad, nothing bad. Well, there is a little bit of juice in the back there. Get that up. This that's what makes me know that this is a pretty dirty juice when it starts. I mean, you can't really tell in the Boro, but yeah, it's pretty nasty. This cotton's going to be a little ugly. All right, so let's get the glass off of here. There's not much juice in here, so I'm just going to waste it. A lot of times I will I'll dump it back into the jar, but I'm just going to dump this on a paper towel and throw it away. All right, this Q-tip away, and we'll pop that out. Just this Boro is pretty tight. Pop it out and then hold, and then unscrew your chimney. I haven't had any problems with drip tips unscrewing the chimney, so we'll get this cleaned up and I'll show it to you. Let me grab this out of here. I like to take tweezers and carefully pull it out right there. Put this on a paper towel, get it cleaned up, move this aside. Where did I put my glass? Put it next to the glass. And let's take a look at it. A little worried about how nasty this is going to be. Yeah, it's pretty gunky in there. It's not too bad, not too bad. But we're going to rip this out, clean this up, and give you a look. This is uses Phillips head screwdriver, or Phillips head screws. Or you use a Phillips head screwdriver, which I can't seem to find. There it is. Just unscrew that. Screw that. I would put this on the builder and just, rewick it and whatever, but since I'm just gonna put a new, yeah, that got pretty nasty with this dirty juice. So take a little alcohol and just kind of clean it up a little bit here. The machining on this thing is superb. Hand polished. Oh yeah, it's nice. The chimneys, inner diameter of this chimney here, by the way, is 4.2. And yeah, like I said, it comes with a 0.9 all the way up to 3mm airflow pins. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total, which is insane to be able to get that many airflow pins. So you can pretty much do everything. The only complaint that I have with the airflow pins is I would two complaints then I guess I would say. I'd like to see them labeled, which is not a big deal. I mean, you can easily determine which is which, I mean, which one's bigger and which one's smaller. But yeah, okay, we got it cleaned up. The other complaint I have about the airflow pins is the fact that there's not a 3.5 or a 4. But I don't really think that it could be possible, but it would make that airflow pin pretty thin. So just to show you, to change the airflow pin, you basically, and you can do this with a billet in there. When I take this out, you'll see that it doesn't actually come apart. Now it can if you want it to, but it doesn't. Let's show you what I'm talking about. That peak insulator right here holds it in place. So I've got that airflow pin pulled out. Almost. A couple more screws. And like I said, that threading is so buttery. Oh yeah, that's dirty. Let me give it a little wipe here. That's good enough for government work. So to put this back in, or to change it, you just pop it in, screw it back down. Take your screwdriver and tighten it down. Make sure not to lose. There's a insulator. Don't lose that. So, but anyway, there we are. So here, looking at the deck, like I said, it's like one of them old school GTA style decks, and pretty simple to build on. You've got 2 Phillips screws, and this would be a lot cleaner obviously if it was brand new out of the box. And there's 4 little catches here on either side of the screws, so depending on the orientation of your coil, You just slide it under there and it keeps it from sliding out as you torque down the screws. Yeah, it's dirty, man. I should have cleaned this up, but this was a afterthought. Somebody actually asked for me to give this a second look. So anyway, when we wick this thing, you're gonna take your cotton and lay it down in this channel right here, and this channel here, obviously on both sides, and then those are going to line up with the holes on the deck, or on the chamber, which this chamber is a extra reduced chamber. And again, let me give that a quick clean before I show it off. I mean, obviously this isn't VWM's fault. This is mine for using the nasty juice. But yeah, that looks really good in there, other than being a little dirty. So you can see on either side there's a little cutout there as well. So anyway, that just sits on here, lines up with the cotton, and bam. And then, like I said, the chimney just screws down on there. And again, look how smooth that. Well, you can't really feel it, but nope, if I could get it started. It's just so smooth. Well, if I could get it started, there we are. No burrs or nothing. So anyway, also just one other thing to note, on the deck itself, there's a serial number, I think right there. I can't really see it because I'm blind, but yeah, there's the serial number right there, which should be 308, I think, or 318. So anyway, here on the bottom, what I really like are these threads. This you don't have any need for an adapter to put it on your builder. You just screw it directly into the adapter, or into your builder or a mod or whatever you're going to build on, which is really nice. Really nice. There's nothing to lose there. And for cleaning purposes, which I can't figure out any other reason why, you can actually unscrew this piece here that I've got the screwdriver on. But if you do, make sure to put that back in, because that's what keeps the seal at the bottom of your Boro. So anyway, let's put it on a builder and throw this together. And this build that I'm going to put on here is a little different than the one I had in there before. I had a 2.5 millimeter Nano Alien, and like 0.4, I believe it was. I'm going to put a 2.5 millimeter coil in there, but it's going to be a stainless steel at about, I think, 0.3 it should be, or I'm not really sure. I lost the box or the container that these came in, so I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, so you just put let's go this way. Lay this down. Let me back these screws off just a tad more. Make sure I get it under there real good. And they back out pretty far before you lose them. But yeah, so I'm going to just tie that one side. Oop, let me move it over just a little bit towards the middle. I wanted to get a little smaller wrap wise of a coil on this build today. And if I cough, which I've done good so far, I apologize. My allergies, hopefully it's not the COVID, but I've been coughing a lot today. All right, we got both sides somewhat tightened down. I'm going to go ahead and lift that up just a little bit. Oh, can y'all even see what I'm doing? I'm sorry. Make sure it's tight, or go all the way tight. And let's see what that looks like. I probably need to bring that up just a tad, but it's centered there pretty good over the airflow. Let's pull it up just a little bit. Over this way a little bit. Okay, let's snip these leads. Make sure you get them as close to the screw as you can. This one's a little forgiving. Oh, I hit the fire button while I was moving it. This one's a little forgiving. It's not like the ones that have a cap that go directly over the edge there, but you don't want to be too sloppy. So anyway, that's what we're going with there. Probably could come over a little bit to the left there, but yeah, we'll go with it. We'll see what we got. 0.33. Let me fire that thing off, see what we got. Let me move it a little bit first. Just a tad that way. Alright. Alright, that's firing up quick. Alright, where's my tweezers? This stainless steel, I love it. Why, I don't know, but pulsing good. There's where I'm going to go with, and 0.445 is what we come up with. That's good enough for me. That's about where I go anyway. Let me move it over just a little bit more. And let's put some cotton in here. I'm going to go ahead with this VP Pro Vape cotton. It's so cool. It's already set up for 2.5 millimeter. So, oh. Now we're at 0.35. Okay. Hopefully that thing don't. Alright. That'll work. Alright, a little cotton there. Let me also throw the top cap on here and make 100% sure that we cleared everything and we don't have anything shorting it out, too high of a coil or anything on the side. It's not sliding down like it should. I hope I don't have anything in the way. This usually just slides perfectly on there. Make sure. No, shouldn't be that. I just want to make sure I don't tear it up and scratch it up. There we go. Slides right down. Alright, let's make sure we didn't, yep, no shorts. Push down on it. Move it side to side. We're good. So let's put some cotton in there and go with it. Alright. I should have got this pre-prepped. A little bit of that off. You don't need a lot of cotton on this, especially for coils a little longer, but you just take your cotton, bring it through like that. You know, most of y'all know how to, you know, make sure it's not too tight to distort your coil. And what I like to do here is I'll just take it down at the bottom of the deck right there and just pow. And then on this side, the same thing. Went a little further over here, so I'm gonna, and then I kind of take my fingers and then I'll do this. I'll take a little off the top, a little haircut on each side. Not really a 45, but close. And thin that out just a little bit, you know. And this is going to lay down in those channels there. So let me throw some juice on that. I'm going to still go with something that's pretty dirty. This isn't as bad, but still dirty. I like sinful pleasures. You know, I don't mind re-wicking often to have a sweet, dirty juice, you know. It's a little easier to pull the Boro out of some devices than others. So now we got the cotton on here, or got the cotton a little saturated. I'm going to move it down, and we've nailed it on this side. A little bit, yeah, perfect. Just make sure it's inside of those channels, not overhanging. And I think we got it perfect there. I've re-wicked this thing since the original video, probably 6 or 7 times. I'm a little long on this side, so I'm going to snip a little bit off the bottom there, and that should be just fine. Yep, that'll be perfect right there too. Just make sure it's in those channels, and that's it. Let's fire that off and see how it looks. Yeah, it's making vapors. All right, we got up to 0.38 now. Yeah, but it's firing just fine. Throw a little more juice on there. This video is going to be too long still. So anyway, all right, let's put it together. Make sure that it's in there still. Yep, we're good. Put this cap back on the chamber, and take it off of here. Buttery smooth. Grab our Boro. Give it a little wipe here because I still got. I think I'm changing juice. I went from the cream cookie to the banana, so I might get a little cross contamination, but that's good enough. Boro's a little dirty, so we're gonna throw our Addy in there like that. The BWM side forward, if you prefer that, it'll work either way. And then take and hold that down while you screw the chimney in. Give it a good little turn, pop it down, line it up on the hole there. And this one's got a nice tight O-ring at the bottom. Push it down. I like to give it a little push from the top a little bit sometimes. And looks like I got a little bit of cotton hanging out down there, but I doubt that'll be enough to give us any worries. So let's throw this glass back on here. Oh, goodness gracious, I just tore up my O-ring. Alright, let's see if we can get away with a quick fix. If it can happen on camera, it's gonna happen. This might work. Feels like it pushed down. Alright, let's try it. Alright, come on, work with me. Work with me. Work with me. If we don't, we're gonna just change boros out. There we go, it worked. Alright, good. Whew. I didn't want to waste any time trying to fix that on camera, you know. I've had nothing negative to say about the vape I get off of this thing. It's been great, other than when it gets real dirty from this dirty juice. It'll gunk up a little bit and restrict the airflow just a tad. I've had that happen a few times. All I do is re-wick it and we're back to nice. 3 is a little tight, but it's not as bad as it sounds. To some people, you know, oh, I need 4.5, I need 4. Yeah, so do I, but sometimes a little reduced direct lung is better. So we're going to put this on here. And let's see what we got. We're reading 0.4. Let's jack that up to about 34. Let's go 33.5. There we are. 0.46 now. That's jumping a little bit. Could be that drip tip. Yeah, it's gonna, I don't know. Could be dirty threads. There's a lot of things that could cause that, but it's not jumping. It's going from about 0.4. It'll settle in here in a minute. 0.44 is what we got right now. So let's take a vape. VWM dope. And it is, like I said, like it says, dope. See if we can get you that get y'all some bubbles here. Let's see if y'all can see that. Well, I don't know. I don't know if y'all can see that. Oh wow, it's bubbling like everywhere. And again, that cough was not, didn't have anything to do with the vape. The vape's fine. Stellar flavor. The draw, it is a little less airy than some of the bridges that you might have used with the cover on without any airflow in the panel, just the airflow on the side of a billet box. It's reduced direct lung. It's not a big wide open area, but the flavor, that little bitty reduced chamber, I don't know what it does in there, but I'm not an engineer. I don't understand the what causes a vortex in there. I mean, what makes the flavor taste good, but it's one of my favorites on the market currently. The price It's a little pricey, 170 euros, and to get it from Greece, I ended up paying, I don't know, maybe 25 for shipping on DHL. It got here really fast, so they're good at that. Um, it's pricey, but it's quality. I mean, you saw the machining, you saw the looks of it. I mean, it looks. I mean, come on, that looks great. You know, I mean, yeah. I don't know what else to say about it, but nothing. I have from the day that I tried it on the first, video. I don't know if I live streamed it or did I live stream that one? I don't remember, but it. I haven't had any complaints at all. But again, I'll run down the specs. The price, like I said, is 170 euros. You get 8 pins, 0.9, 1.2, 1.5, 1.8, 2.1, 2.4, 2.7, 3.0. Seems oh, and I'll also mention that my two of my friends that are big mouth to lungers say it's great as mouth to lung. I don't do mouth to lung at all, period. So I haven't, nor will I, test it out. But I have gotten the Courtney Mather approval on the flavor mouth to lung. So you could change those airflow pins. There's 8 of them, like I said. You could change it out without. All I got to do is pull that Boro out, and I can change it without affecting my build. Like I said, you saw it comes with authenticity card and a bag of spares with the 8, or 2 spare screws with the 8 um, airflow pins, and it's made of 303 or 304L stainless steel, hand polished in Greece, not China. And the chimney's inner diameter is 4.2. Uh, they also advertise, the guys at PWM, that the main body is just small, and the displacement being so small still leaves the juice capacity in a standard stock billet box Boro of 5 mil. So that's really great. I love that you can build it without an adapter. I don't have a problem with adapters, but if you could see in front of me on my monitor stand, I've got like, I mean, literally 10 different adapters for different RBAs, and once you use them plenty, you'll know which adapter goes where, and I keep them there because I don't lose them that when they're sitting there. Um, but yeah, having that where you can just thread it right on your mod or your builder is super awesome. The machining again is great. The threads, smooth when you put it on the builder, and when you put the if you can line it up and get it started. I had a little problem with that, looking through the camera instead of looking directly at the thing. That's one thing when you're doing these videos. I look at the video instead of at the, I'm, like looking down at this. I'm looking up at my monitor. But yeah, that extra reduced chamber, I don't know what it does, but it's just so robust, the flavor. I've done some desserts. I've done some fruits, and no menthols or anything, absinthe or anything like that. I've done pretty much desserts and fruits, and the flavors just, I mean, this banana I use when I'm testing all these RBAs because I love it so much, and I know exactly what it should taste like, and spot on. So anyway, don't really know what else to say. I mean, just, I could chit chat and talk your ear off, and I'm good at that. But I'll just say it's stellar. Oh, and if you're watching this video, you missed the second drop. There's another drop as part of the second drop for owners and non-owners, but there was a non-owners list today. I wish I'd have got this video up and warned people. If you follow my the Billet Box info Facebook page, I try to make announcements about things like that, and I did for the drop. So, but anyway, the VWM dope is dope. That's all I can say. I'm not gonna make this is like a final checkup on it. I don't intend on getting rid of it. I will continue to use it as long as well, until something unseats it. I mean, I'm using all these RBAs, but yeah, I'll end up having doing some other second looks or final looks at a few other RBAs that I've looked at recently. But this will be the first in that series. So anyway, my name's Chris, billetbox.info. Thanks for watching. Check out the website. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, all that. YouTube. Well, you're following it on YouTube if you're watching this, probably. But anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.